In a world that constantly pushes us to do more, be more, and achieve more, we often forget one of the most important lessons in life: learning to love and accept ourselves exactly as we are, right now, along the path. Self-love and acceptance aren't about perfection or waiting until we've reached a certain goal. It's about embracing who we are, in this very moment, flaws and alls, and finding peace in that. So many of us, we have a habit of being our own worst critics. We tell ourselves, I'll be happy when this happens, when that happens, or I'll love myself when I reach this goal, or lose this weight, or achieve this success. But here's the truth: you don't have to wait. Self-love is not a destination, it's a practice. And the only way to truly experience it is to start right here, in this present moment. Cultivating love and acceptance starts with learning to be present with yourself without judgment, without harsh expectations. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness, patience, and understanding that you would offer someone that you care about. And today, I want to share some practical ways to help you embrace the present and start building a foundation of self-love and acceptance. The first step in this journey is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without letting your mind wander to the past or the future. It's about being yourself, being with yourself, not as you think you should be, not as you want to be necessarily, but as you are currently in your process of becoming who you want to be. This can be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to sit quietly, to breathe deeply, and focus on how you're feeling in the moment. When we practice mindfulness, we give ourselves the space to truly be with ourselves. It's in those quiet moments that we can start to hear the gentle voice inside of us, the one that says, I'm enough, I'm worthy, and I deserve love and acceptance, just as I am. And as we become more present, we begin to realize that we don't need to wait for some future version of ourselves to be happy. We can choose to embrace who we are right now. And what's more, we deserve it. The second step is challenging your inner critic. We should challenge everything in life. That's how we create growth. We all have that voice inside that loves to remind us of our mistakes, loves to say, hey, you messed up, or you had a shortcoming here, and all the ways we didn't measure up. That's normal, that's part of life, and that's okay. But here's the thing: that inner critic, it's not the truth, it's just a voice, one that you can choose to quiet. Next time you hear that inner critic, try asking yourself, would I speak to a loved one this way? If the answer is no, then it's time to replace those thoughts and words with kindness and compassion. I had a client who struggled deeply with self-criticism. Every time something went wrong, she would immediately blame herself and tear herself down. It wasn't until we started working on challenging that inner critic, replacing that self-judgment with self-compassion, that she began to feel a real sense of peace. Slowly but surely, she started to accept herself, mistakes and all, and that was when the real growth began. Now, the third step is practicing self-compassion. This means treating yourself with the same love and care that you would offer someone else. Self-compassion is about acknowledging your struggles, your pain, and your imperfections, and embracing them rather than trying to hide them or rejecting them. It's about saying, hey, I'm human, and that's okay. I'm going to mess up. It's okay. It's part of the human condition. You can't help it. One powerful way to practice self-compassion is through self-care. Self-care isn't just about bubble baths and relaxation, though those can be wonderful, but it's really about taking time to nurture yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's about asking yourself, what do I need right now to feel loved and cared for? And then giving yourself permission to have that, to do that. Remembering in my own life when I struggled with, self-acceptance, and, I always rejected myself. I was constantly chasing after the next achievement, thinking that if I could just reach a certain level of success, then I would finally feel worthy. But what I learned is that self-worth doesn't come from achievements. It comes from within. It's a decision to love and accept yourself in the present, not some distant future. It begins right here and right now. The fourth step is to embrace your imperfection. That's right, all your imperfections. Look, we all have flaws. We all make mistakes. But those imperfections are part of what make us human. And they're also part of what make us beautiful. Instead of focusing on what you think is wrong with you, try focusing on what makes you unique. Celebrate the things that set you apart. And remember that perfection isn't the goal. Authenticity is. Imperfections are part of the human experience. Trying to eliminate them is useless, and it only leads to a path of suffering. So let that go. Finally, practice gratitude for who you are in this moment. Take time each day to appreciate yourself, not for what you've done, but for simply being who you are. Write down 3 things that you love about yourself each day and read them aloud. The more you practice this, the more you'll realize that you don't need to be anything other than what you are now. You don't need to be anyone other than who you are right now. So let's recap. Start by practicing mindfulness to stay present with yourself. Challenge your inner critic and replace those negative self-talks with kindness. Let your inner critic become your inner coach. Show yourself compassion and engage in self-care. Embrace your imperfections. And finally, practice gratitude for who you are in this moment. These steps aren't about becoming someone else. They're about recognizing and embracing the person you already are. This is actually the fastest way to become the version of yourself that you most desire. Remember, self-love and acceptance, they aren't things you have to earn. They're decisions you can make right now. Embrace the present and know that you are enough, just as you are. And hey, it's a great day to have a great day. I sure hope you're out there enjoying it. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.